Hello, you. Happy Friday. Oh, God, I'm feeling so much better than I did for most of the week. Do you know I've had a bit of touch of allergy, which is boring, isn't it? But it's very winterish. It's very cool in the winter to have a touch of the flu. Everyone's got the flu. You know, and I'm like, I'm a bit competitive with the flu. I think, fuck you, my flu's going to be better than your flu. That's what I think. So I've been dosing myself up on hardcore things. And I thought, I've been writing a lot about all this because you've got to look after yourself when you're not well. When you go, man down, what are you going to do, right? You've got to look after man when he's down. Or woman, or man, whatever you like. But, you've got to look after yourself. So I've been looking after myself. I've nearly got my throat back to operating full. And I've done a fucking big week, can I just say. So I had a big workshop in Napier. And then I had a big workshop in Christchurch. And then I had a big, huge event, the biggest book tour event, 200 gorgeous humans in Napier last night. Fuck, it was amazing. And so it's been a very big week for someone with not much voice, just quietly. I have done well. I've done well. And, I've got all the sick people everywhere and people whinging about the flu. And I'm like, just fucking calm down. Just calm down. Get rid of the stuff that you can't do and just get on with it, right? And then, someone sent me something that I just loved. And it was a really cute little Instagram reel. You have those lovely friends that I laughed. I got sent something the other day that said you're in a relationship where you just share reels. I'm notorious for oversharing reels. I send them to my kids way too much. They growl. They say, shut up, and don't send this man. And they, and then they, I'm like one of those old people that I send them something that they watched 8 months ago on TikTok, and I'm like, it's new, and they're like, oh my God, you're so old. And I'm like, shut up, like I'm thinking of you, be fucking grateful, right? Some people don't even talk to their children. So anyway, I like to share a reel, like I see something that someone will like, and I think, and I just poke it at them. I don't really want a response, I just poke it at them. But someone sent me the funniest reel this week. And it was a woman, and she said, I really liked it. Like, basically, I was feeling all sorry for myself because I was feeling fluish. And this woman just popped up in my Instagram feed and said, you are a ghost, a sausage-coated skeleton that is made of stardust, who's currently riding on a rock that is hurtling through space. And I was like, what the fuck? Then I re-listened to it. You're a ghost. A sausage-coated skeleton made from stardust, riding on a rock, hurtling through space. I thought, bloody hell, that's the funniest thing I've heard in a long time, right? Because I'm really into past lives. I do believe I'm a ghost. I believe I've been around and around a million times, right? It's not my first rodeo, people. So I like the idea of that. I also believe I am a skeleton covered in sausage, right? We're just sort of a mobile sleeping bag full of sausage meat that's wandering around in the world. I believe that too. I also believe I'm made from stardust. I am made from pure fucking glitter, let me tell you that. And we are riding on a rock that is spinning around and hurtling through space. So they're all true statements. And it just kind of stopped me for a moment. And I thought, see, one of my favourite go-tos whenever I get a bit overwhelmed or something is I just think, you know what, nothing matters. Nothing matters. And do you remember what's the movie about the Marigold Hotel, the little very marigold something, I don't know, something about a marigold hotel. And I love the quote that he says in the end. He says, it'll all be all right in the end. And if it's not all right, it's not the end. I really like that. And I think when I get really stressed, I just pull the fucking ripcord and go, nothing matters. Because I'm actually just a ghost. A sausage-coated skeleton made from stardust riding a rock hurtling through space. See, nothing fucking matters, does it? And I think actually, I saw someone the other day and they said, oh, well, aren't you worried? I said, no, I'm not worried, right? What have I got to be worried about? What's the worst thing can happen? The worst thing can happen to me is I'll die. I've done that before. I don't really care. That'll be fine. I think I'll be fine. If I'm meant to die, I'll die. And I believe that. But I think, there's so much in being able to just have a big laugh and look at your life kind of in a very peculiar angle. Just think, none of this fucking matters. You're so worried. What are we worried about? We forgot to put the bins out. What's your biggest problem this week? Probably doesn't fucking matter, does it? So I just wanted to jump on because my observation this week is nothing matters. It doesn't matter whether you've got a cold. It doesn't matter whether you're bloody. My biggest fear this week was coughing in an airport because people treat you like you've got a fucking bomb. Like people don't like a cough. I'm not contagious. I didn't have the COVID, right? I even wore a mask. I haven't worn a mask for years, but I thought, well, I want to travel and I wouldn't want to give anyone a bug. I didn't think I really had bugs, but I was a bit just a bit coughy, snotty. And I thought, well, it's no one's fault, so I wore a mask. Anyway, and I thought, nothing matters, does it? Nothing really matters. And all the problems, whatever your problem is you've got right now, I don't reckon it matters. There you go. That's my advice this week. That's my observation of the week. All the shit you think is important probably isn't. And I think, if you just imagine just going, spend the rest of the day today, every time someone talks to you on this glorious Friday, and just think that you're just a fucking sausage-coated skeleton riding on a rock. I love things like that. It gives you some perspective, really, doesn't it? I think nothing really matters. The things we think matter are so boring, aren't they? We think, oh my God, my child didn't eat his broccoli and the fucking, oh, and I forgot to feed the dog. The dog doesn't even remember, right? The dog will still be there so happy when you get home. And all the stuff we beat ourselves up for doesn't really matter, does it? I'm so proud of myself this week because I have survived a very big week. And I've done a very big week. This week would have been a big week had I had 100% health, right? And I've had some big curveballs this week. I've had a friend in big trouble, a friend in very big trouble that's like, oh my God, like life-threatening trouble. I'm like, oh no. And it's like, and so, getting my head around that and dealing with, I've got my parents are sick and I've got kids that are sick. It's like, oh my God, there's so much going on, right? And it's like, I've survived it all. It's fucking amazing. Fucking miracle. That's what we all are. We're all a miracle. So if you survived this week, congratulations. Good job, you. Good job. I hope you're going to do something lovely for yourself this weekend. Something lovely. I'm going to do fuck all on Saturday. And it's like not just a little bit of fuck all, but like proper fuck all. So proper fuck all means I don't get out of my jammies. Just lie on the couch and just do proper fuck all. Don't you love that? That's going to be my mission. I think that's what I'm going to do. And then Sunday, I'm doing some gorgeous things with some gorgeous friends. I'm having a beautiful dinner party to honour a beautiful friend, and I cannot wait. And I'm so fucking lucky to have lovely people in my life that I get to honour. So I'm going to cook and decorate and fucking put some fairy lights on some stuff. And oh my God, that'll make me happy. So there you go. Proper fuck all tomorrow. Bit of glitter and some fairy lights on Sunday. Oh, I can't wait. That's going to be just lovely, isn't it? Looking forward to it. Right, happy weekend. Happy weekend, you gorgeous ghost made from stardust.